Hello, dear little cute learners. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So, students, I'm your mathematics educator again here with a new chapter with a new concept. So, all of you, are you excited? Yes, let's get started. Today, we have chapter number 7, which is fraction. A fraction is a number that stands for parts of a whole. A whole can be one object or a group of objects. So, first of all, we have to understand what does mean by a fraction. For example, if I have a circle, and divide this circle into four parts. So now in fraction is just a term we have to describe this one part. Okay, so if I want to describe a part or a whole of an object, so which terminology in mathematics I have to use? Then I have to use this terminology which is called fraction. Okay, so study the following examples. I had half of an apple. Half of an apple means 1 by 2. She came at quarter past of 4. Means she come quarter past after fourth part of the day. They gave me 3/4 of the length. 3/4 means 3 by 4. If we have total 4 parts, so she gave me only 3 parts of it. She could drink only two-thirds of the bottle of a Pepsi. So the words half, quarter, three-fourths, and two-thirds represent fractions as they all indicate the parts of something. So right now we are discussing what? We are discussing the parts of something. When we are dividing one object into any number of equal parts, we are talking about of a region. And when we are dividing more than one object into any number of equal parts, we are talking about the collection. So I hope so this is clear to you. So when you have to just divide any number into equal parts, when you have equal parts, so what does mean? You have region. Okay, we are talking about the parts of a region. But when we are dividing more than one object into any number of equal parts, if in this we have any number, so then it is called your collection. Now fraction of a region. One half. When a whole is cut or divided into two equal parts, each part is called one half of the whole. So for example, if I have a complete circle, now I make a line here, vertical line. So what it depicts to me, it means I just divide this circle into two parts. So I can write half, one half. Total we have two parts of it and one is shaded. So one half we take one part of the two equal parts. So we express one half by the symbol 1 by 2 and rate it as by 1 or 2 or 1 upon 2. Now 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So you can simply select it to this is your 1/4. Now we are dividing our circle into four parts and shaded only one part. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 parts and shaded only 1 to 1 by 4. Then how many parts? 2 are shaded. So 2 by 4. Then how many parts are shaded? 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 4 is the shaded part. Next, 1/3, 2/3 when a whole is cut or divided into 3 equal parts. So now we are dividing into 3 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3. This is your 1/3. This is your 2/3. Okay. Now 1/5, 2/5, 3/5 and 4/5. So when we say 1/5, 2/5, it means how many total parts we have? 5 parts we have total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can we represent 1 by 5? Only shading only one part, 1 by 5. By shading 2 parts, 2 by 5. By shading 3 parts, 3 by 5. By shading 4 parts, 4 by 5. Okay. Now fraction numbers and fractions. The numbers such as 1 half, 1/4, 3/4, 1/3, 2/3, 2/5, 3/5, etc. are known as fractional numbers and their symbols as 1 by 2, 1 by 4. What we call these kind of numbers? We called it fraction numbers. A fraction is made up of two numbers written one over the other, namely a top number and a bottom number. So we have two numbers, right? First, we make a line, for example, 1 up line, which is called fraction bar, and then 1 and 2. So, this is the top number because it's above the line, and this is bottom number because this is below the line. Now, we made take a name, a specific name for top and bottom. What is the name for the bottom we have? The bottom number tells us into how many equal parts a whole has been divided. We called it denominator. All of you repeat after me, denominator. Next, the top number we have, we called it numerator. The top number tells us how many of those equal parts have been taken into consideration, we call it the numerator. And what we have to keep in our mind while we're talking about the denominator and numerator, that denominator always depicts the total parts of the object we have, and the numerator is always to depict about the how those equal parts have been taken out. Okay, so this is the question we have. Sorry, so this is the thing we learned in denominator and numerator. Proper and improper fraction. So proper and improper fraction, as they depicts their name, proper and improper, the opposite antonym of. So when the numerator of a fraction is smaller than its denominator, it's called a proper fraction. So in this, what you see, your denominator is bigger as compared to your numerator. So when you have your bigger denominator, it means you have a proper fraction. As the vice versa, proper is improper, the same thing is applying here. Now your denominator will be smaller as compared to your numerator. So when the numerator of a fraction is bigger than its denominator, it is called an improper fraction. For example, 3 by 2, 9 by 4, 7 by 5. Okay, so these are the two antonym of each other. You can easily remember this thing, proper have bigger denominator as compared to numerator, and in improper we have smaller denominator as compared to denominator. Now we have our exercise. So tick the figures in which half of the figure is shaded. So in this, half of the figure is shaded? No. But in B, yes. In C, yes. In D, no. And E, no. Okay. Next, tick the figure which are divided into equal parts. So this is divided into equal parts. This is also, and you have to tell me for rest of the two. What fraction does the unshaded portion shown in each of the following? We have unshaded portion. So first we have to count how many total parts we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first we write our denominator, which is 6. Now how many unshaded? 3. So 3 by 6 is your answer. Always keep in your mind, your numerator is always depict and depend upon your question. Which question is asked, according to that your numerator will be changed. Now total how many parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we write 6. And how many are not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 by 6 is your answer. In the same way, you have to do the rest two parts we have. Take yes or no for the shaded portion which represent and does not represent half. So which is this represent half? No. Is this? You can say this. You have to tell here. Match the fraction with the correct shaded portion. So 2 by 4th. Half. In same way you have to match it. In the fraction 2 by 5, 2 it's called the top numerator. And 5 it's called denominator. Next, take the fraction with 4 as numerator. So in which we have 4 as numerator? This one. And for rest of the, you have to tell me they have 4 as numerator or not. 1 half, 1/3 and 1/4 of a collection. Find half of 6 pencils. So how can you find half of 6 pencils? Take a collection of 6 pencils, draw dotted lines to divide the collection into 2 equal parts. So total you have 6 pencil. First you draw and make a line to divide it into 2 equal parts. Then half of pencil depicts 1, 2, 3. So it means half of 6 is 3. To find half of a number, we divide the number by 2. If you divide 6 by 2, you will get your answer. Now find 1/3 of 9 oranges. In this case, what we can do? You can divide 9 by 3 to get 1/3 of the 9. So your answer will be 3 only. Okay. To find 1/3 of a number, we divide the number by 3. To find 1/4 of a number, the number we have a denominator, we just have to divide the total number. So in this case, we have to divide 4 with 12 to get our answer. Okay. To find 1/4 of a number, we divide the number by 4. So write the fraction which represent the shaded figure in each collection. So first we have to count to how many total we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our denominator will be 8, and how many are shaded? Only 2. So 2 by 8 is your answer. Now in this, how many total we have? 6, and shaded is 3. So 3 by 6 is your answer. Now you have to tell me for the star one. Divide the given collection into suitable number of equal parts by drawing dotted lines and then fill in the blank. So 1/5 of 10. So we have to divide 5 and 10. So if I divide 10 by 5, so I get here 2. You give 5 2s are 10. Now I have to divide it into two groups. So you have to make a line this. Now 12 divided by 2. So when you divide 12 by 2, you will get 6, because 2 6 are 12. So how you have to select in 6, like this. So you have to do for rest of the questions you have. Now find 1/4 of 20 liters. So you have to divide 20 by 4. You will get 5. And you can solve this. So your answer is 5. So in same way you have to solve rest of the questions you have. Ordering of fractional numbers. Look at the shaded portion of the figure given below. This is 1/5, this is 2/5, and this is 3/5. We already discussed in our above section. Now the shaded portion of the second figure is more than the first figure. Therefore 2 by 5th is bigger 2 by 5th is bigger than 1 by 5. The shaded portion of the third figure is more than the second figure, which means 3 by 5th is bigger than the 2 by 5th. It means that we are deciding which one is bigger according to their numerator. So out of the two fractions with the same denominators, the one having smaller numerator is smaller than the other. Look at the shaded portion of the following strips of the same size. So this is complete one, this is half, this is 1/3, this is 1/4, the 1/5, and 1/6. Okay. Now the shaded portion of the first strip is more than the shaded portion of the second strip. Therefore, 1 is greater as compared to 1 by 2. So I hope so students till now you understood how can you identify which one is bigger. Out of the two fractions with the same numerator, the number one having the smaller denominator is greater than the other. So we learned two things till now, that in which we have first yeah, if you have same denominator, for example 1 by 5 and 2 by 5, then which one is bigger? Well done, 2 by 5 is bigger. Okay, next you have different denominators, 1 by 5 and 1 by 4. Now tell me which one having smaller denominator. So 4 having smaller denominator, which means now your smaller denominator number will be bigger. So you just have to remember two things in your mind. If you have same denominator, so you have to select which one is bigger or smaller according to their numerator. But if you have different denominator, then you have to select which one have the smaller number. Smaller denominator is greater than the other. I hope so student this is clear to you. Okay. Now we move forward to the next number. So now we have to arrange these numbers in ascending and descending order. So we learned how we can compare it, how we can select. So this is easy for us. Given fraction in descending order. So how can we arrange your descending order? 7 by 8 is bigger than 5 by 8, then 3 by 8, 2 by 8, and 1 by 8. Arrange the following fraction in descending order. So you have now different denominators. When we have different denominators, so how can we decide? We decide which one has the smaller denominator, that one is bigger one. So 1, then 2, then 3, 4, and 5. So 2 by 3 is 2 by 9 is 2 by 3 is smaller than 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is smaller than 2 by 7. 2 by 7 is smaller than 2 by 8. And 2 by 8 is smaller than 2 by 9. Given fraction in ascending order are 2 by 9, 2 by 8, 2 by 7, 2 by 5, and 2 by 3. Now you have to arrange it, circle it, and now you have to circle the biggest and take the smallest one. We move to our next exercise 7C. Compare and write the correct symbol greater and smaller in the blank boxes. So 5 by 8, 1 by 8, denominator is same. Which one is greater? 5 by 8. 2 by 6, 4 by 6, which one is greater? 4 by 6. Now we have different denominators. So which one is smaller, 6 or 7? 6. It means 3 by 7 is bigger. 3 by 7, not. See, so when we have smaller, it means 3 by 6 is bigger as compared to 3 by 7. Now arrange the following fraction in a descending order. So first we write 2 by 6, which is greater than 3 by 6, then 4 by 6, and then 5 by 6. So you have to write in same way for rest of the questions you have. Now you have to arrange your fractions in descending order. So which one is biggest? Your big 1, 7 by 8, then 4 by 8, then 3 by 8, and then 2 by 8. So this is your answer. So you have to explain it in the same way as I do. You have to write your answer. Addition of fractional numbers. It means it is very simple addition of fraction numbers if you have same denominator. For example, 1 by 7 and 2 by 7. So total how many parts are shaded in this? 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3 by 7 is your final answer. Denominator will be just have to write commonly. In denominator you don't do nothing. You just have to put your addition process into your numerators. So now 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. So 7 by 9 is your final answer. Sum of two or more fractions with the same denominator is the sum of the numerator and common denominator. So here we have common denominator. Just write it as it is, and 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6 by 10 is your final answer. Now 7D. So same denominator we have. We take common 10. 6 plus 2 is 8. Common denominator 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So you can write as it is. Okay. Now 3 by 9 and 2 by 9. So common denominator 9. 3 plus 2 is 5. So you can solve rest of the question in a same way as I explain you. Now subtraction of fractional numbers. So the same process we are applying in the addition process. If we have same denominator, we can just apply the normal subtraction point here also. So 3 by 4 and 1 by 4 we have. So 3 minus 1 is 2 and common denominator is here. So the difference between two fractions with the same denominator will be difference between the numerators and common denominator. 6 by 9 minus 3 by 9, your common denominator 9 and 6 minus 3 is 3. 7, 7 common denominator 7, 6 minus 4 is 2. So here is your answer. Now subtract 7 by 9 from 8 by 9. So common denominator 9, 8 minus 7 is 1. Common denominator 8, 7 minus 1 is 6. So this is very simple students, I think, and you understood this. And now it's your turn to solve your worksheet. So what you have to do, we solve the different questions in different exercise. There is a combination of those all kind of questions in this. So you can solve it your own and identify and evaluate yourself how much you learned till now. And now this is after this, you have your mathematics lab activity which you have to perform in your maths lab. After this, your chapter is ends here. I hope so you like this chapter and understood this chapter. Now I'll meet you in your next class with a new chapter with a new concept. Till that, bye bye. Have a good day.